Number one, BMI sucks. How do you not know this? You are coaching people and you don't know that BMI sucks? Are you kidding me? Like, I feel bad for your clients. So you guys ask all the time about how I curl my hair, and honestly, I use like a $10 curling wand. I find a wand works better than an actual like clamped curling iron, and I just pull my hair away from my head, and then I usually hold like a couple inches out, and I'm really impatient, so I don't hold it there long. I don't add any hairspray or anything like that because my hair gets real like crusty looking real quick. I actually do a really messy job. Like I'm really not that good about it. I just kind of go around, try to get everything kind of re-tousled. Today's dirty hair, so I'm just using this like Beach Babe texturizing spray, any kind of like texturizing spray or like volumizing spray. I use it more for the texture versus like my hair looking greasy, because I don't really get that greasy looking of hair. And then I usually do spray a little hairspray at the end. I wait until everything has kind of set for a bit, and then I brush it all out because I don't like a super ringlety look. I like it to be a bit more like natural and just wavy. So I do all this and then I brush it out. But early start to the day here. Jason and I are gonna be going out to try to get some content, photos for the Instagram, trying to get some pictures and stuff for the Buff Bunny collection launch that's happening. So also just wanted to share, this is the foundation I'll be wearing. It's the Pure 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie foundation. It's TP2, so I can only wear it when I have a good self-tan going on. This is a super full coverage, long wear foundation, the best at covering my hyperpigmentation and acne, I'd say. So I often wear this if I'm doing like photos or like filming a review where I feel like you guys are gonna be staring at my face a lot. But for the most part, with like having acne and stuff, I prefer not wearing something so heavy. Believe it or not, this one has been my favorite, which I'm like pretty much out of it. And I have tons of foundations, you guys, but this one, the Dream Urban Cover Maybelline, I wear it in 220 Natural Beige. It does have an SPF of 50, although I do still apply SPF with it as well, because I think from what I've read and heard on Dr. Dre's channel, you can't actually get enough foundation on your face to be that full SPF amount. So anyways, this one, it is full coverage, but it's like way lighter on the face, whereas this is super heavy. But both I feel like do a really good job at like covering up my redness. So is what it is. But and now my burn mark I'll have going on. But just thought I'd share that with you guys, because you know I love me some makeup talk. Like, is that am I gonna come across looking dirty?
Let's see.
So we just came to downtown Syracuse, and we're just trying to find like good buildings to get photos by. There's a girl on Instagram I follow, Maya Mia. I don't know her name.
Maya Mia?
Maya Mia, I think she's in New York City, so she's always my like inspiration for more of like the fashion forward photography photos. So I share those with Jay, and he helps me get the vision to life. So we're gonna film kind of more of like the boss set with like the blazer and the pants, looking more like in the more like businessy type photo in the downtown area. Get my toes. Don't get my toes.
I'm not getting your,
okay.
Your new shoes.
I always get creepers when my toes are shown. They offer me lots of money for these toes.
Guys, hit me up if you want pictures of my toes for money. I have no issue sending you toe pictures for 50 bucks.
You don't want his toe pictures.
My toes aren't nasty.
No, they're
now
not
the
bad.
YouTubes are gonna think I have nasty toes.
He doesn't. We'll show you later. Hustling now for what, a couple hours at least?
Couple?
3?
You left at 9:30? Time is it?
9:38 if you want to get salty about it.
I do, because I could have done like 3 extra sets. She's like, we're leaving at 9:30. I'm like, okay.
9:38's pretty freaking good, I'm gonna be honest.
I cut my workout short though. So all you people know trying to make gains, and you cut out 3 sets because you're trying to stay exactly on time, and then your wife doesn't stay on time.
giving
Yeah,
you.
it's a little annoying.
This is me giving you the eyes right now. It's not even sunny out. That's me giving you the eyes. Anywho, we're at Freedom of Espresso. We got some coffees. Jay got a cold brew. Brew cold, and he looks adorable drinking it. He's so basic. I turned him into a basic. And I got myself an almond milk hot latte because I thought we were eating. Thought we were drinking inside, but it's okay. It's still rather delicious and creamy. My favorite. Oh, that's close.
It was close.
That was a close shot.
You feeling pumpkin? You feeling basic?
I like the pumpkin too. Then I also kind of want a couple of these, and then a couple of these, and maybe a couple of these. All kinds of outright. I don't know which one I want right now.
Well, let's see. You got cookies and cream, cookie dough.
I got a basic chocolate chip peanut butter, cookies and cream, and then the crisp.
A case of crisp.
Case of crisp.
What are you feeling?
I think I want the crisp.
There, I got it.
Okay.
Look at that!
No.
Look at that!
Why are you so close to me?
You look
now?
cuter eating it. Anything you dreamed of?
Oh my god. Oh, so good.
How come you don't make that sound when...
He saw the camera and came my way. This is what we call Eeyoring. This is when the dog just turns into a big Eeyore. And he gets everything he wants. Alright guys, I've had a little bit of a beef, a little bit on my mind that we need to talk about today on YouTube. Now if you follow me over on Instagram, you maybe saw me do a little rant earlier this week that I want to talk a bit more about because there was so much more I could have said, and so many of you reached out to me and said, please speak up. Thank you for speaking up. And a lot of people were just very appreciative of me speaking out on this topic. Now, before I get into it, I want to say, like, I try to keep this space positive, uplifting, inspiring, and I don't ever want to come across negative, like I'm complaining, or like I'm high and mighty and above people, because I am absolutely not that person in real life. I try to avoid controversy and drama. That's just not my tea. That's not why I'm here. But I also feel very passionate about speaking out about certain BS that I see online, and I'm quite frankly so done with it. And I'll never be someone that feels like I need to call people out directly. There's like literally, to me, no good that's gonna come from that. But I also wanna call it out and make you guys aware so that you can be good consumers to know what type of content you're consuming, because this is the world we live in right now. We are consuming content on our phones all day long versus the TV or newspapers or books, right? We are looking to social media to educate us and to kind of consume our day. So it's really important that what you're looking at is good and that it's good for you. So what I'm speaking about is something I saw earlier this week. And again, this is a specific example I saw. However, it's not just this one person. So let me remind you of that. This is something I see time and time again. But essentially what happened is some Fitspo, and again, I'm kind of like a Fitspo, right? I hate that word. Yeah, it's a little cringy to me, but it's some kind of fitness influencer, bikini competitor, coach, whatever, specifically did like a Q&A box, and someone asked what they thought of someone else on social media, and they chose to kind of, in my opinion, call this person out. It was very odd the way they did it. They kind of called him out in a complimentary way, but also in a very demeaning way. And all that aside, the issue I had with someone having their platform and speaking outright like this, it was someone who had gained maybe 10, 15 pounds since their competition, and I believe it was like months and months ago, let me point that out too, and basically said, looking at their body, they looked like their BMI would have put them as clinically obese, which is so unhealthy, and basically shame on them for having such a following and gaining weight and being so unhealthy. Like, please tell me your jaw just fell to the table, because mine did. Like, I literally have cold chills. I mean, kind of because it's cold in here, but also because it just fires me up, this nonsense. So many points I need to hit right now. I'm going to try to get through them all. But number one, BMI sucks. How do you not know this? You are coaching people and you don't know that BMI sucks? Are you kidding me? Like, I feel bad for your clients. You are probably messing them up long term. And that pissed me off, because 9 times out of 10, a lot of the people that seek my services as a dietitian are people that have been so brainwashed by these bad ideals of what their body needs to look like, what their body weight needs to be, what their BMI needs to be. And it's all BS, you guys. It's total BS. So the fact that this person put it out there, number one, that's not a tool you should be using. Now, let me give you a little background from someone who actually has a job in healthcare. I can tell you that BMI, unfortunately, is a tool that is still used by health practitioners. Why? Why, you ask? If it's so bad, Kara, why do they still use it? Well, it's used still, you guys, because it is a quick, easy tool to kind of say, where do they fall? Doesn't mean it's an accurate tool. It truly takes your height, your weight, compares them together to get a number that tells you if you're underweight, healthy weight, overweight, all that kind of stuff. It does not dictate your health, and it falsely determines whether you're underweight or overweight, because it does not take into account muscle mass. It doesn't take into account bone density. It doesn't take into account anything else but height and weight. So most practitioners who use it, if they do still use it, they need to be responsible to understand its limitations, which I feel like many do. I'll say it's still used in our hospital, but it's not used to that extreme where I would call somebody clinically obese based on that one judgment. That would be shame on you, dietitian, because there are so many other means of getting a clinical assessment of someone other than their BMI. So let's put that out there. Number two, let's talk about the fact that you looked at someone and judged them based on the way they look. Now, we're going to talk about them more. I have to say, the girl they were looking at was so not clinically obese, it's disgusting that they even wrote that. That is the reason, again, we are causing eating disorders. We are causing body dysmorphia. We are creating almost a worse environment on social media than what we grew up with seeing on TV as the ideal standard for women. That screws many of us up. But what are you thinking by saying that, number one? Don't look at someone and judge them based on the fact that they gained a few pounds. This girl to me looked so healthy, but here's the point with this. You can't look at someone and know whether they're healthy or unhealthy. The other issue I had with this whole thing is the fact that they looked at someone and looked at their body and assumed not only that they're clinically obese, number one, which was totally incorrect, number two, that they're so unhealthy. You guys, you can't tell someone's health by how they look. You can't. You can't. And there is the whole health at every size movement, or HAZE. So you'll see a lot of this movement right now on social media. You'll see HAZE dietitians. You'll see folks just kind of posting in their profile they're part of the body positivity movement. You guys know I don't associate myself as a HAZE dietitian. I can talk about a little bit more of that why after, but there are a lot of the beliefs there that are held that I do agree with, and one of them being you cannot look at someone and know if they're healthy or unhealthy. You can't. That's the one thing that pisses me off about for my own self going into a doctor's office. I don't know how many times I've done this, and I am automatically looked at like she's a healthy, young female, you know, in decent shape. What are you doing here? What's a young, healthy looking girl doing here? I'm ready to punch you in your face because guess what? Something's not right on the inside of me. I don't care that I look put together. I don't care that my hair is amazing and I have false eyelashes on today and I have a cute top on. It does not have anything to do with my insides, okay? I could be, you know, I could look like the fittest athlete and I could be suffering internally. We have to quit judging people and using the outer appearance as the standard, as the end all be all, right? It does not dictate health. It doesn't. What you look like on the outside, you could be severely underweight and be unhealthy. You could be severely overweight and be unhealthy, or vice versa. You could be healthy. There are so many different levels of health, and your body size does not dictate that, okay? You know, there's been studies done where folks who are overweight compared to the group that was at a healthy weight, metabolically speaking, were healthier and were healthy. Okay, so it depends on what factors you're looking for, because this one individual judged someone saying that they gained weight and they didn't like the way that looks. It's not as pretty in today's standards. So that means they're unhealthy and they're a bad role model and a bad example. And that is a big fat lie. And we have to stop following people like this. We have to stop promoting that stuff, you guys. That is not the case. And I don't want you guys to feel like failures or feel, I get women that come to me and they feel disgusted about themselves because they've gained weight. And again, I'm not a HAES dietitian. I do help people lose weight, so there is a little bit of a difference there. But the message that was put out, I see it all the time from these NPC top 5 placement, now I'm gonna be a coach type people. Okay, don't get me wrong, there are plenty of amazing coaches out there who understand hormonal health and who understand other strategies to help folks other than just putting them on restrictive meal plans. But I feel like there's so many of these coaches out there right now, coaches that all they focus on is, yep, I help my clients lose weight. Well, good for you. That's actually, losing weight is the easy part. It doesn't require being a registered dietitian to help someone to lose weight, right? Like, it really doesn't. If you're just assigning someone a caloric restriction or a meal plan and you're telling them to work out and you modify it, right? Okay, great, good for you. But there's so much more there that goes behind the scenes of helping people, helping them make healthy changes, focusing on things other just the number on the scale, focusing on behavioral changes first and foremost. And a lot of that does kind of align with the HAES approach, and I do a lot of that. I guess my point with that is to please, I caution you guys, be careful who you're working with, be careful who you're trusting your health with, because not every coach is going to consider your health. There are a lot of coaches out there who this is their business. This is their gig, is posting their client testimonials, their before and afters, doing their weight loss challenges. And not for all, but for some, their focus and intent has nothing to do with how they could screw with your mentals long term, or your health, or how well you can sustain it. Heck, some programs are even set up so that you can't sustain it. Why? So that you do gain the weight back and you go back to those same coaches. There is just so much bad information out there, and I'm sick of seeing it. And I look at those things being said, and it makes me wonder how many people are screwed up because of those bad messages. And messages hit people different way, you guys. I understand that. Maybe I've said things that have triggered you at some point in time. We're not all perfect, and it's a hard place to navigate on social media. I am not sitting here on a pedestal by any means, but at the same time, for someone to go out of their way to call people out and tear them down, shame on you. And I see it on YouTube as well. There's people who have built their following calling out others, cherry picking very high profile YouTubers to call them out, tear them apart, critique them. maybe some people were down with it, maybe some people were aware. There's plenty of people that weren't aware, and you're just out there for critique when no one was asking for it. And I just don't understand that. I've never done that on this channel. And let me tell you, I've had plenty of opportunities to be name droppy, and you guys, sometimes I'll see people get annoyed with clickbaity titles. The stuff I could have done on here to be truly clickbait, with names of other people and critiquing them, sharing my opinion of them just to get views, there's several opportunities I could have done that, and I chose not to because that's just not what I'm about. That's not my message. That's not what I'm here for. I'm not going to critique someone's diet, quite honestly, unless they're paying me to. I'm a dietitian, and if you want me to help work with you, I will work with you, but I'm not going to make a video and just pick on people or critique people, or go on Instagram and point out people and what they're doing is wrong or how they could be better, unless they asked me to do that. I just kind of don't understand that mindset, and it kind of goes into something I've spoken about before too, which is a whole other tangent, but just the whole field of dietitians, it's kind of split and divided right now. As I mentioned, there's Haze, and it kind of feels like you're either a Haze dietitian or you're an effing problem. And I don't agree with that. Like, I don't know how Haze dietitians view me. I quite honestly don't care. I'm always open to seeing both sides of the story. I'm always open to conversations, but I feel like there's room in the middle to not be, you're not the problem necessarily if you're not 100% labeling yourself as a Haze dietitian. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. Like I said, it's the health at every size, but there's some principles there, such as, just eliminating weight out of the picture altogether. And I do agree with that. And a lot of the principles of Haze, I agree with, I apply with a lot of my clients, but I'm not 100% there with it, because I do believe that there is a time and a place for certain things. I feel like we should have multiple tools in our toolbox, and based on the situation presented, the person, and what they're able to do, the time they're going to spend with you. Not everyone has the money to afford multiple sessions meeting with a dietitian or doing the online gig here. Like, not everyone has that. And intuitive eating, it kind of doesn't come like that. It seems so simplistic when you go through the principles of intuitive eating, but it's not that simple for everyone. Not everyone intuitively eats mostly plant-based and will choose kale and broccoli and can sit down and mindfully have a donut, and there's so much to work through there. So I guess that's a little tangent on its own, where I just feel like I don't fit into a perfect label. But guess what? This kind of goes into another thing here too, which kills me about this, is that's okay by me, because YouTube, social media, it's fun for me. I love doing this. I'll only do it if I love it. But this isn't something where I'm like, oh, I gotta grind harder and I gotta get all the clients because this is my livelihood. Like, this isn't my livelihood. Like, that's kind of what I love about me, which always sets me apart and makes me different. And I'll question, oh, is it like cool? Is it okay that I'm not just an entrepreneur? Hell yeah, it is. This is what sets me apart. You don't see me on here doing this because I've got coin I gotta make. I'm here genuinely giving you guys advice that I think will help you, not hurt you. I'm not here from a business standpoint. Yeah, you guys know I make money off YouTube, obviously, but I'm not here posting my before and after transformations and things like that, just trying to get clients. And I feel like that's what these fitness coaches do online. They're so quick to name drop, to throw other people out there what they're doing is wrong and harmful, just because they're trying to show that their methodologies are so much superior to everyone else. Again, it's BS. I don't know how many times I gotta say this on here. It's BS, and I'm BS proof, and I want you guys to be as well. So I don't know how to channel all this. I want to shake it. I don't know how to channel it. I feel frustrated as a dietitian. I feel frustrated with the social media space because of all of this. And at the end of the day, I feel like all I can do is continue to stay true to what I think is ethically right. Continue to learn, right? Like learning can never stop for most of us, but in particular in a science-based field, we have to continue to learn. We have to continue to learn new tactics, new strategies to work with clients. We have to continue to stay on top of the research. But most importantly, I just feel like I try to ask myself, why do I do the things I do? And at the end of the day, I just want to be a good person, and I want more people to be good people and not be so about the money and about the business. Not caring who they tear down for the views and the money. That's just never gonna be me, and maybe that's why this will never be a million subscriber channel, but that's fine by me. That's fine by me. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm only gonna put out information that sits well with me, and I've always been open to hearing the other side of things if people do it in a respectful way. You know, I've taken my stance on certain fad diets and things like that on YouTube before, and people certainly have some stuff to say about it. I'm always opening to hearing the other side of things. So yeah, I don't know. This is just, it's a lot. It kind of brought out a lot of sassiness that I have towards things in the industry, if you will, and I just wanted to share it with you guys in hopes of me sharing this rant, this kind of vent session with you guys. I hope that you'll continue to be educated about who you choose to give your money to help you with your health. This isn't me looking for clients by any means, but I hope you guys are smart about who you choose to work with you on your health. That's not just online, I mean in person too, with the doctors that you deal with. You know, set high standards for yourself and don't take anything less than that, okay? And just be aware of the misinformation out there. Be aware of the triggering misinformation out there that makes you feel some kind of way about your own body, about your health, when these people don't even know you. Block them, get rid of them, unfollow them. You're not missing out on anything, I promise. So with that being said, I'm going to end this rant and probably make some lunch. Let's see. Did a quick little grocery shop. I thought I'd share that with you guys because there's a couple recipes that I'm going to make up today. Buy one, get one free on these guys, which probably means they're going to go bad in like a day, but giant thing of strawberries and blueberries. Not organic, which is what I would typically get on these, but still good nutrition even if you don't get organic, you guys. Got some rolled oats. What else did I get? I got those because I want to make some pumpkin muffins, and I think I have everything else I need. I did grab some pasture-raised eggs. This was the best we had at the grocery store I went to, and then some vanilla Chobani yogurt. Grab that as well for the pumpkin muffin recipe. I just grabbed a recipe online, so I'll try that out, let you guys know how it is. But I'm in the mood for all things fall already. It's mid-August, so it's like the basic in me has been here since August 1st. So I'm ready to do a couple fall recipes. So number one is the pumpkin muffin recipe. We'll see how that goes. And number two, I grabbed 2 spaghetti squash. I mean, these are good all year round, but I don't tend to do as much with spaghetti squash till the like fall winter time. So I got 2 of those. I'm gonna do spaghetti squash boats. Okay, so I'm gonna cook these up, and then for the filling on the stovetop, I got, these look nasty, right? I know, I apologize, but I got some Italian chicken sausage. Nutritional is definitely lower fat than regular pork sausage. These are 7 fat, 1 carb, 15 grams of protein. If it's not your journey with these guys, you could always just do regular ground turkey. You could do ground beef, keep a plain Jane. I just wanted something different because I always am plain Jane with my food, so I wanted a little flavor flav. I'm gonna cook up a little bit of that with some green pepper, onion, just a can of diced tomato that do have basil, garlic, and oregano in it. Probably will add a little more garlic, but. And then I'm gonna fill that in the squash. I have some cheese in the fridge already, so I'm hoping that turns out phenomenal. And lastly, I had to crop this. Almond milk creamer, dairy-free pumpkin spice. So I might try this out tonight with like a little decaf espresso. That's just kind of my little fall grocery haul, I guess, if you will. The dinner is being made, you guys. I'm so hungry right now and I'm so excited for this meal. Like, I feel like I need a snack before I eat this, but let me share with you what I got going on here. So I already cooked the spaghetti squash, sliced that bad boy open, cooked it at 400 degrees for 40 minutes. And then a couple different ways you could do this. Like, I saw some people actually pull out all the spaghetti squash and then mix it with all the other stuff. Or you can just leave it in here and top it. No big deal, but let that sit. Over here, I'm cooking up my chicken sausage. So I just added to it some green bell pepper, some onion, loads of garlic, and then I'm just gonna add in here my petite diced, I don't think I want all the water from it though, so I'm just gonna add in the tomatoes. Okay, so measured out just like 3/4 a cup of those tomatoes. Throw those in there. I can do this, I can multitask. Got this. Oh my god, it smells literally so friggin' good though, you guys. Something so simple like green peppers and tomatoes and onions. I don't understand people that don't like cooked onions. I know that's like a thing for a lot of people, but I'm an onion girl, okay? I don't know, do I want it a little more saucy? I'm gonna let this simmer for a few minutes, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna get some cheese. Because, yeah, I've been doing some cheese, nothing crazy. We're going to do some fat-free cheese because that's all I've got. I don't have much goat cheese left, yeah. Definitely use real cheese if you want. Your call. Ain't no big thing. But we're going to put that on it. And add a little more seasoning with the Italian medley Mrs. Dash. And then we're going to bake it, so show you the final result. Pretty easy, a little bit time consuming I guess, because you do have to get the squash in the oven, but the actual preparation time for this is real minimal, unless you want to get real fancy. Basic over here as per usual. So yeah, I mean, plan like an hour before you can actually eat, but quick and easy preparation. So that smells good. Bruce is looking at me like he wants dinner, but true story, I am cramming a couple chocolate rice cakes in my mouth because I'm hungry, and I know when them squash boats come out, they're gonna have to cool or else I'm gonna burn my mouth. So I need just a little something to tide me over. I haven't bought rice cakes in forever. I don't know, do they just kind of taste stale? Is that how they are? Or did I get a stale batch? There's some better lighting for you guys. How good does that look? I'm so excited to dig into that, but I need to let it cool down first. And I actually think I'm gonna end the vlog here. I can't remember if I mentioned to you guys or not that I'm on vacation right now, technically. I decided to take a week off from work, kind of last minute. Just with summer being over, I was kind of like conflicted about it because I'm not going, I mean, I'm gonna go up and see my parents, but I kind of always hold out on my vacation time unless I'm actually traveling or going on a vacation. I don't ever take time off to just like relax and hang out at home and kind of get caught up on stuff. So I like had this like relief after I followed through on that. I think I needed a break more than I truly realized. And I do kind of pride myself in trying to be ahead of that, you know, and trying to kind of recognize when I'm starting to get burnout and do the things I need prior to being like just so kind of checked out. Because when I check out everywhere. It impacts everything I do. So I really try to get to the point where I don't get like that, which is why I usually do use a good amount of my vacation time through the year, because I get a good amount of vacation time at work. I'm very fortunate for that. But with COVID, I just felt like a huge responsibility not to do that, because I did and do have so much responsibility at the hospital. But yeah, I know sometimes when I say that, people think I just like, oh, I hate my job and all I'm doing is complaining about it. No, this is human nature. Like, we all need breaks, regardless if you love what you do or if you're just doing it because it's a job. We all need breaks. We need time. So I'm glad I did that. I'm glad I took the break. I mean, it's been kind of a busy weekend doing some stuff around the house, but overall, I'm pumped to just have a little time. But yeah, I'm gonna jam on my food. Jason's gonna finish this up, get it uploaded for you guys. We're gonna watch Big Brother because Big Brother has started. I was a little concerned they weren't gonna do Big Brother this year. If you guys don't realize, Jason and I are huge Big Brother fans, so comment down below if you guys are also following Big Brother All-Stars, and let me know who you want to win, okay? Let me know who you're rooting for. That way I can decide whether or not we'd be best friends in real life or not. But yeah, that's it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's vlog. More to come. I'm gonna try to get a little more content this week just because I am off, but also keep that balance of not burning myself out. So again, I didn't say it before, but I can't thank you guys enough on my last video. You guys were so sweet. Like, I didn't really think anyone was gonna notice I took a break nor care. So the messages you guys wrote were very, very sweet. I really appreciate that. But yeah, I'm glad to be back, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.